introduce yourself.
Well, my name is DrogieSR. My name used to be DrogieSR, but I changed it so that Americans can pronounce it a bit better. And yeah, I'm a speedrunner of Pokemon Snap, and it's my favorite game of all time.
Awesome, man. I don't know if it's my favorite game of all time, but I think Snap is up there and is one of my favorites.
At least favorite childhood game, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I can't think of any. Oh, I have a couple, but I'll ignore it. So, how did you get into speedrunning in the first place?
Well, it wasn't like 2010 or 11 when I saw a video on YouTube. It was a tool-assisted speedrunning of SM64, and I got kind of mad because I thought it was fake and everything. And then I started looking into it and found speedruns live eventually. And I was watching like Siglamic and Cosmo and others in like 2012 a lot. And at some point I was like, why don't I speedrun myself? Why should I spend like all my day watching people? And then I started speedrunning SM64. At some point someone was suggesting I should speedrun Pokemon Snap, so I ordered a cartridge for fun. I was like, oh, that's a nice meme. I started running it, and then I started understanding how interesting the speed game Pokemon Snap actually is. I wasn't taking it seriously in the first place, but then I started to like it more and more.
Yeah. Okay. Do you remember who that was?
Who was suggesting?
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap? No, not at all.
Okay. That person's a hero, whoever they are.
Yes.
So you started with SM64, and then you eventually moved over to Snap, right? So
yes.
Okay. So when do you think you first started? Was that around like 2014, 2015?
I could actually find out. You're not gonna use the interview in real time, are you? You're gonna edit it.
Yeah, correct. We're gonna edit it.
Okay, good. Then I will quickly try to find out when my first speedrun of Pokemon Snap was.
Yeah, we both started kind of around the same time.
Really?
You don't remember that?
No.
We were going back and forth with PBs.
Oh yeah, we did that like. But when I actually
started, and then eventually you got really good, and I did not get as good.
But wasn't that after a few months only? Like at the very beginning, like one of us was first. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. That was like 3 years ago.
All videos. Okay, my very first Pokemon Snap PB of a 36:38 was on 3rd October 2015. So like almost 3 years ago.
Almost, man. It's coming up.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The second PB was a 25:05.
The rest was history.
It was. Oh yeah, and it was after 12 days that I got a 29:21 in 100% on my first run.
I was going to lead into that. So pretty early on, you started running 100%.
Yes.
Was there any particular reason why you decided to do both NE and 100?
I guess when I started out with any percent, I didn't find it that interesting yet, so I decided to do a hundo as well. And yeah, I liked it a lot, especially because of like Valley, which is way more interesting in hundo.
Yeah, I'll give you that much. It's pretty much a 3-minute sightseeing tour on any percent. You just look at this guy for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So let's see here. So you started running around the end of 2015.
Yeah.
When did you first get the world record? It was pretty quick, right? It was like 2016, I think.
Actually, after 3 weeks, I had like a 22:40, and I called the video "Never Again Any Percent." And I was like, yeah, I'm done with it. I'll never get a better PB. Then I got Hondo world record first, actually, on 6th December 2015. And I beat that again in January, and I got the any percent world record on 22nd January 2016. So after exactly 2 months. No, 3 months.
So you liked 100% more, so much so that you got world record first, and then eventually you're like, yeah, I guess I'll decide to go back to 80%.
I think it was more because Toast got the world record, and I was watching that live, and he was like, "Oh my god, I killed it! I killed it!" I was like, "Yeah, it was good, but not that good. I could beat it." Then I actually grinded quite a bit for the Hondo world record, and I think that helped with my overall movement, which is why I decided to give any percent a shot again, and then I realized that I like any percent way more than Hondo.
It's a shame. It's a shame because if it wasn't for the RNG in Volcano, I feel like 100% would be a really good category.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just that RNG sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. So out of all the PBs that you've ever gotten in Snap, which one do you think is you're most proud of?
I'm most proud of That's a good question. I think it was the 2404 in Hondo, which was in January, because I got the world record, but I was like, no, I can beat it, and it felt so good to beat it by a full 8 seconds.
Yeah, because you were tied with Toast, or not tied,
Yeah.
but you beat him by like a few frames, but
yeah,
it's not
like
very satisfying.
Exactly. I mean, it was satisfying at first, but I still felt like, no, this can be better.
Yeah. Okay, so that 24, the one where we actually like solidly took the world record, you're probably the most proud of.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you would beat it by 4 seconds like a month later.
Would I?
Yep. January 9th and then February 17th, you have a 24 even.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I think after I got the 24 flat, I was like, no, 23 has to happen. Then I got that on 25th September.
Yeah, took you a while, but you did it.
Yeah.
The first sub 24.
Yeah.
All right. So, so you did things differently from Toast. So whenever the last world record you had a few optimizations. Have you watched those runs recently?
No, not at all.
Okay, so it's not fresh in your mind.
No.
But
I believe Volcano sign in Hondo was a big thing, but I didn't do that until the 23. Did I?
I don't remember the tunnel or the volcano sign. The things that I have mentioned are Weeping Bell Snipe. I think you have a better Mankey Snipe. You do the Tunnel Pikachu, or I guess maybe you beat Tunnel Pikachu. This was back in the day when people would still do Tunnel Pikachu, not Beach. And then I also have Beach Pikachu, but I guess you can tell me the differences. And then early Moltres. So can you maybe elaborate on some of those?
Well, I guess especially early Moltres and early apples, or like early apples, name pending, was a thing in any percent all of a sudden, which is why I was like, any percented Hondo is the same until the river. Why not grind it with the same strats? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's smart. Tell me more about Weeping Bell Snipe, though. Do you remember anything about how it came to be and how it started to be implemented, or?
I remember that we were like YOLOing it pretty much. We were just winging it at first, and especially in Hondo, we would just throw apples and hope we would hit something. But then at one point, Toast thought, no, we have to find a setup, and then I remember watching his stream where he put a few hours into finding some setup. He was just doing random apple throws until he got the snipe. Yeah, until he found the setup, basically. And then that was so cool because now you would actually have a consistently fast hundo run because, yeah, if you missed Weeping Bell Snipe, the run was bad instantly.
Yeah, it's a big time save. It's like almost 10 seconds, I think, or right about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. So, and then, so I think you were the first person to really pioneer Beach Pikachu. Could you tell me more about that?
Yeah, that was during a time where I was really bored at school and I was like taking notes of all the Pokemon, and I was seriously thinking about any Pokemon. How could we do it differently? How could this work? And I was like, Pikachu. There's also Pikachu in Beach. I started grinding it and found out, yeah, we get a decent amount of points for that. I posted the idea in the Discord, I believe, and you guys helped like grinding Pikachu and thinking about how to get a good electrode early. Yeah, that was just a time where I put time into every single Pokemon thinking, how could we do it differently? And I found out that throwing an apple at Jigglypuff is better for the score too, and a few other Pokemon that I improved at the time.
Nice. I remember a bit of the Pikachu stuff. Like you had a very weird setup where you would take a very quick picture of the tail, like right when it's. I'm trying to think. When you're at its closest point and it's looking like to your left.
Yeah,
like it's looking way to your left. You would just do a quick picture, and sometimes it would be 3,000, and sometimes it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
that was so silly, but
yeah,
we've really grinded it.
Yeah, I think then like people started putting time into pose optimization for like Metapod and Slowpoke and Pikachu and Jigglypuff, Porygon, Vulpix, all those Pokemon where you like all of a sudden tested thoroughly, and yeah, Pikachu was one of them until we found out how to get a good pose when he's facing you.
Yeah. Do you have any more thoughts on those? Like, do you have any more that you haven't really put any testing into, or have you pretty much done everything you were thinking of?
With thoughts in general, I was actually surprised that people wouldn't grind those Pokemon before. They would just do it the same for years.
Yeah.
I was surprised at first. Now we're at a point where it's super optimized. I feel like there could be some improvement. Maybe like skipping Beach Pikachu for a really quick Tunnel Pikachu to then get a better Electrode and Tunnel, but stuff like that is like way in the future. We would have to find a few new strats in Beach, which is basically impossible. I think right now we're at the peak, and we wouldn't find strats that give you like a bonus of a few hundred points.
So you think pretty much we've gotten everything that we can. There's no more like 2 or 3 or 4 or 500 points left out there to get.
Maybe very few of them, but no more like Pidgey where we get 1,000 points more all of a sudden. I think those times are over at least. Yeah.
And that was such a silly thing. Do you remember when that happened? Do you remember when that was?
I was in a call with Aniril, and I think it was in Levon's stream.
That sounds right.
Or no, it was on Annie's gameplay. It was like, hey, you can move the camera, and we posted in Levon's chat. I don't know exactly, but it was like Aniril who got the idea, and Levon who actually found out about the 4K pitching. Like we did some testing. We were so hyped about this new strat.
Yeah, we used the Kodo strat, which Kodo is I'm just gonna say it for the interview, but Kodo is a Japanese runner who takes 2 pictures of the second Pidgey, because you can get 2 pictures in before it flies away. And so it counts 3 red dot pictures, the first one, and then 2 of the second one. And then you have free camera movement after that. And we would tell me more about that. I'll let you handle that.
Yeah, exactly. We were practicing that. That's how we found it. And then Andy really realized, hey, you can turn the camera if you do that. Yeah, that was a thing. I forgot about the Koto pitches, which was like the first glitch, so to speak, or more like unintended mechanic that you use in a speedrun.
Yeah, one of the few we have in Snap.
Yeah.
And I think for a while you guys were trying to find the right setup for doing the Koto Pidgey strat, but I don't know if I was the first one to do it or not, but I was like, what if we don't have to do Koto Pidgeys? And then I just found out, oh, if you hold right, you're perfectly set up. Like, and then I think everyone does that now. But I don't remember if I was the first one or if I just helped or something, because I don't remember the details of it. That was like 2
now
years
it
ago.
feels obvious.
Yeah. It's so silly though that we missed that for so long.
Yeah. And
we just accepted that it had to be 3190 or whatever.
Yeah, we were like, take it in the second frame to get an extra 20 points or something.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, and I remember when we were testing, we were like doing really crazy stuff and looking up to get bonus points for other pitches. But it's just like, look right and take a picture for 4K. That's it.
Yeah. Sometimes the simple solution is the best, just because it's like, oh, hey, it worked. The one idea that I always have in my mind is I wonder if we could somehow snipe Charizard or Charmeleon, and he becomes Charizard, and then we take a picture of Charizard and then leave. Because one of the thoughts that I had is that you can actually get, so you know how we do the Jinx strat where we take a picture before it renders on screen and it counts as a picture? Yeah. You can do the same thing with Weeping Bell, like as you go through those, like the kind of the little pathway where the Jigglypuff and the Coughing spawn on the left. As you're going through that door, you can do that with Weeping Bell. So you could get even further ahead. And I think I timed it so that it's almost exactly the same.
Damn.
So I always wondered if we could ever find that out. And Levon's like, oh no, that's not viable. And I never really put this much time into it, but I do have that idea that I want to practice or try out at some point. But
that's so cool though. That's a funny idea.
It's a silly idea, and it's probably not going to work. But I don't know. I hope. What else? Let's see. But yeah, we really knocked out as many pictures. Go ahead.
What gives me some hope now is that ancient picture that I think, who was it? One of the high score players, probably Matador, posted in the Discord.
I think it was Nailu.
About the Slowbro that walks like past.
Yeah, that was Nailu.
And then Kubi or another Japanese runner recreated it by doing high score or high score grinding. And that gives me some hope. Maybe there is a few Pokemon that you can lure to certain points that we never knew about that.
Yeah, I wonder about that. What's his name? Slowpoke. I don't know if there's anything we can do with that though, because we already get like 4,600. But
yeah, maybe for high score, but like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be Slowbro. It could be a different Pokemon that we just didn't know you could lure it over a hill or something. Maybe we'll find out more about other Pokemon.
What if we found a way to lure the Vulpixes to the dancing spot at the end without looking down? You'd have to worry about cart movement, but if there was a way of like timing it just right, or throwing like 1 or 2 apples to start and then doing C up and then looking forward and then doing it from there, maybe.
That's interesting.
Because I do have a way to do it without looking down, but it doesn't work all the time. Like you can look at the smoke from the volcano and you throw apples at the smoke and it gets the Vulpixes like 75% the way there. But then the last bit's kind of tough and you have to look down and that's laggy. So
another thing that came to my mind just now was that one forum post from like 2012 that you found where someone claimed to have taken a picture of Mew inside the bubble and it counted.
Now that's one where like that's the kind of thing that keeps me up at night, where I'm like, maybe, but at the same time I've practiced and I've tried, and I spent like a good hour, I think, just doing Mew, taking pictures at like weird angles and stuff, and I got absolutely nothing. So without like any sort of TAS ability, I don't know if we could ever make that happen. But and it's probably just, you know, bogus. It's probably someone misremembering. Like if we actually had a photo evidence, then I'd be more inclined to believe it. But without it, I'm kind of like, it's probably
but what
nonsense.
What if not?
Exactly. That's the thing, is that 1% chance of like maybe it is true. Like it makes me, I wake up in a cold sweat. Like, oh gosh, what is a big optimization here?
What time do you enter the Mew fight in a speedrun?
What time do I enter it?
Yeah, usually.
I can pull up my splits and I'll find out for you. It's usually right around 1950, I think.
And this could give us like a kind of low 20. That would save like 30 seconds probably.
Hang on. Let me open up my 80%.
I mean, it basically skips the whole Mew fight.
Yeah, no, I finish off signs at 1955. So yeah, essentially a very low 20. That would save like a full minute. If we could do it first try, you would save like 50 seconds.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think.
Yeah, sub 20 possible if it happens. What do you think?
It'd be tough. I would be very excited. The problem is that it's sort of like, be careful what you wish for, right?
Yeah.
Because Quo was telling me that he runs Minish Cap, right, which is a different Zelda game. And there's a 1-frame trick that you cannot buffer and that you cannot retry that saves you like 1:30. And if you miss it, you lose like 3 minutes. So in order to get like a good time, or like the world record, you have to go for that strat. And if you miss it, then you've essentially lost the run.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's the same in 1000 Year Door, Paper Mario. There's a frame perfect trick that takes like, I don't know, like 30 to 40 seconds to set up, and it runs on 60 FPS, and you have to get it. It's like super hard to time because it's right after a fight. Yes, this double jump to get to.
Yeah, the Twilight Zone, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
I remember that one. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you use a metronome to time the input. It's super hard.
I believe it.
Imagine that in Pokemon Snap. I don't think I would enjoy it still.
Oh yeah, I don't think I would either. It would become a bit too much. But Snap's at a really good spot where it runs at a good 30 FPS, and you can do lag to like slow it down a little bit. But
yeah.
Okay. So a bit of changing topic. So you are also a member of the high score community.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm trying to think. Have there been any strategies that you brought over from the high score community to the speedrunning community?
Let me think. Like on top of my mind, I think of Kakuna, where we thought maybe we could use the high score strat or Metapod. But right now I'm not sure. I have to look up the Pokemon list to find out.
Okay, that's fair.
Let me think. Well, Butterfree, I guess the bridge Butterfree, but that was a thing before. Oh yeah, the Duck Trio. For a while I was doing triple Duck Trio, where you have to hit Pikachu with an apple. And I didn't know that was possible until I saw some Duck Trio high score video.
What is this? You hit him with an apple?
You hit Pikachu with an apple after you get the second Duck Trio pick, so it doesn't keep running. And then you can get 3 Duck Trios in one picture. Because if you don't hit Pikachu with an apple, it's gonna stand in front of the left duck trio.
Oh, so it's blocking the picture.
Yeah, if you hit it with an apple in the with good timing, Pikachu is just gonna stay and not walk anymore.
Right.
Does
that make the duck trio spawn sooner or not, or
no?
Okay, so the spawning is the same. It's just specifically if he's in the picture or not.
Exactly.
Okay. Neato.
What else do we have? Oh yeah, the Slowpoke. I forgot about the Slowpoke. The second Slowpoke, I posted this in an ideas video where I was like, hey, maybe we can get better post points on the second Slowpoke.
Right.
Like once again, I was thinking, do we have to take Slowpoke the way we've done it like the whole time? I was like, second Slowpoke, how can we optimize it? Better pose. Then I grinded this for a while, and Quo came up with good timing and the setup.
Yeah, we've actually refined that a lot, I think. I think we showed you at SGDQ, but Squid has a setup for the first one, and that plays into Lavon has a setup for the second Slowpoke.
Yeah.
And combined, it's a really solid strat where it's really easy to get max points on both.
Yeah, he showed me the setup. That's pretty cool.
It works out really well. So I think we have like a clip, and I should probably put that in resources because it's a really good resource to show people.
Oh yeah, maybe just saying we could update the resources page. I don't know. Are you in the SM64 Discord? Because I like it the way it is there. Like we could maybe make a spreadsheet with all the videos and link all the tutorials and.
Yeah, we should probably do something like that.
With different links, and instead of just posting all the videos.
Yeah, because that's not a very good way to organize it. Just sort of like in a chronological list of like people chatting, because there's like messages in between them. It would be a good idea to make a new resource thing. But you're an admin, aren't you? Or no, you're just a mod. Same as me. Okay. So we would have to get like Quo or Toast or somebody to help us out.
Yeah.
But we should look into that. I agree.
I think it should work as a mod.
Wait, why is Lavon an admin?
Wow.
Oh, that's funny. So you don't remember specifically bringing any high score strats over besides like Slowpoke and stuff? Okay.
No. Oh, maybe Sandslash. I guess Sandslash is the only one. Like it's not really a high score strat, but doing high score made me realize, hey, that's a consistent almost 5k points.
Yeah, it's a lot. Would you ever consider doing the 250k speedrun?
Yes, I would. I think it's funny and fast paced, but before I do the 250k, I want to do 300k. It's probably gonna take like more than 12 hours, but
goodness,
I'm sure it's gonna be fun.
For you, maybe. I don't think I'd find that fun. 250k is already kind of pushing it.
Yeah.
For me, like that's sort of like where my high score experience ends. Well, I think what I like about the speedrun is that it does combine some of the high score elements with the speedrunning, because I go back through the stages for signs and I do a couple of pictures like the high score strats, like the Metapod where you hit the last one and then you use it to like stop and turn around to get the right poses and stuff. I do that in the speedrun because it only takes like 30 seconds to really set up. And it's a really good deal. So
yeah.
CJ has asked me to ask you about his shitty meme category, which is Jinx %.
Okay, tell me about Jinx %.
Yeah,
it sounds shitty.
You're not allowed to get Cloyster and you have to get Jinx.
Oh, yeah, that's very shitty.
Yeah,
I wouldn't ever consider running that.
Yeah,
like Magic Power % is kind of fun, but yeah, Jinx is just straight up crap.
I keep telling him that. He's like, no, man, it's gonna be real. You can make any run that fails become a Jinx % run. I said, no, that's not how this works. And I told him that if he wants it on the leaderboard, I will put it on the leaderboard if he can get 5 people to do a dedicated Jinx % run. It can't be a failed any % run. They have to have dedicated splits just to Jinx %. They have to announce they're doing Jinx % beforehand and then do runs. Said if you can get 5 people to do that, I will make it a category on the leaderboard. I will not do so beforehand.
CJ, would you do it? Would you do dedicated runs, or would it be all backup runs?
No, for the leaderboard. But
for once, the leaderboard.
For me to put it on the leaderboard, but then afterwards it's whatever. Yeah, it's a really silly idea.
$20? That's tempting though. I remember I got sub 22 Jinx % at a marathon run before. Like I got some animal sounds without Cloister. So I think I will like highlight that run and just submit it to the leaderboard and get $20. I'm an admin.
Okay. Where was I going with this? Oh, no, I was thinking, so I was talking to Riker, and if you look on Speedruns Live, there were a couple of races for a Pikachu album % or whatever. I don't know if they called it % or whatever, but
yeah.
And it was essentially Magikarp %, but with all the unique pictures of Pikachu. And I thought that was so fun that they did that.
That's quite a few.
I think there's 6 or 7. There's Surfing Pikachu. There's the Lightning Pikachu on the stump. So that's 2 for Beach. There's Pikachu riding the ball. There is nothing in Volcano. There's Lightning Pikachu.
Wait, there's Zapdos. There's Zapdos Pikachu.
Yeah, but I think that's just Shocking Pikachu. There's no special pose for that.
Okay, it has to.
There's no special. Yeah, it's got to have a special. And then beyond that, there is Balloon Pikachu and Pikachu riding Articuno.
With the Speedy Pikachu in River?
Yeah, I think it's called Lightning Pikachu, or maybe
called Lightning. Okay.
It's one of those two. I forget. I haven't taken a picture of that in so long. I don't remember what the name is. But there's that. I did have the idea to do an all special pictures one, but it just wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be anything different. You'd literally do the whole run the same, except you'd get fighting Magmars. And then after that, it's like, what's the point? We're just doing a regular slow run.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I like Magikarp % is because it does make you rethink, sort of. Like, you don't need as many points because you just need to get to Valley. You don't need to get through Valley. So, like, instead of getting the fast picture for Poliwag, for Pester Balls, we go back to River. No, sorry, we go back to Beach, throw an apple into the ocean from the start, and then get a picture there. And that counts towards the Pester Ball. Then you're golden. So I don't know. It's a silly category, but I thought it's more fun and more interesting than any of the other ones. What I think is a shame about Snap is that everything kind of starts the same, because that's really the most optimal way to do anything. Is that the game starts off being essentially the same.
That's true. I think we need to find categories that use a completed file, such as challenge score or bingo.
Yeah, I have done challenge score, which it's definitely a very different category, right? It's the most unique category, I think, on the entire leaderboards. Just because we start from a completed file, which means that everything is different. There's a different route, and it's still kind of the same gameplay of like taking pictures and high score pictures, but it's much more varied than the gameplay.
And I believe that challenge score is the most prestigious world record right now for Pokemon Snap. like whoever holds challenge score world record is earns my respect.
Is it Quo in every category?
It's me.
Oh, okay.
My last record.
It would be you. There it is. You hold it in N64. Oh, Quo hasn't even done a run. Oh, no, he did. He did one for WeVC 3 years ago. Gosh. And he has... Oh, no, I have a faster time than him. Haha. Okay, I'll take it. How did you save 1:30 over me? Gosh. Challenge scores are actually really hard. I think I've only ever completed 2 runs just because of how difficult it is to actually complete a run of that.
Yeah, a lot of it is YOLOing and like leaving early, and then you're like, shit, I should have taken 2 more pictures. On the other hand, sometimes you take pictures and you're like above the score you need. And then you're like, damn, I didn't even need to take that many pictures. That's kind of frustrating.
Right. Okay. I think we've run through all of the questions that I had. Let's see here. So we talked about Weave and Bill Snipe. We talked about Beach Pikachu and Tunnel Pikachu.
Damn. So I can offer people $10 to run it, and thus they get $10 for myself.
That's good marketing. All right.
Yeah.
I'll have to get in contact with Dan and tell him whatever you do, do not.
No, don't. I need that cash.
We're both resorting to dirty tactics.
Or I will announce a Jinx % run with an everyone in the Discord. If I get lucky, I can earn like $100 at once.
I'll do whatever I can to convince people to not do that. It's not worth your time. Okay. Let's see here. I think we are good. Did you you were talking to people about doing a tournament, right? For Snap?
I haven't talked to people, just to you basically, but I'm still.
You said you were talking to like Gothic and somebody else.
Oh yeah, but they don't have time in the schedule for anything, so I kind of stopped thinking about it. But
okay,
yeah, I will probably like. We can host it on someone else's channel.
Yeah,
like an elimination race or tournament or something. That would be cool.
Yeah, I'd be down. We'd have to set something up like officially and mention it with people and get it set up as best as possible. But I think that'd be kind of cool to have like some sort of racing elimination challenge deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's one other thing I was going to ask, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, are you going to come back and get the 100% world record at any point?
Yes.
You are? You want to?
Yes. Especially now during the interview, I thought about it for like 10 times.
Oh, yeah, because I was talking to Quill about it. He said that he went into PB, or sorry, I keep calling it PB report when I know it's called Pokemon report, but it's the meme is PB report. So I did PB report, and he went back into Beach like twice or something like that.
Yeah.
So he just like there's 15 seconds of time save, like free, literally free time save.
The Honda record is bad. I lost 5 seconds on the apple-shaped Pokemon food split, so even my PB would be world record if I had good apples.
Yeah. And so it's silly, but also your previous world record, I don't know if you've PB'd since then, but your previous world record was like 2016. So a lot has changed in the last couple of years. That was a year ago, 2340. Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. So you're right
Mm-hmm.
there. You could totally beat Quo's 100% time.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he cares enough to go to fight you on it. But there's a lot of there's so much time on the table. You just have to grind out the runs.
My sum of best quickly. I need to find my snap any percent splits to implement them into the hundo splits. Where could they be? .lss.
File management is a key component to good organization and good. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I need that.
It's incredibly important. That's what I'm getting at. I had a teacher who said if you want to be in the digital sort of, if you want to do anything in the digital world, like if he's an animator for big companies, he works for Disney. But if you want to be like a 3D animator or an artist or anything like that, you have to have good file organization skills. Otherwise, you will not make it in the industry. And I took that with me, and I said, you know what? That's right. Even though I don't really do that for a living, I have to have good file management skills.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I couldn't find shit. I have so many goddamn files on my computer.
That's gonna be my end.
When in doubt, just make more folders. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like, where does this go?
It helps.
Speed runs. Boom. Where does this go? Inside speed runs. Let's do snap. Okay. Boom. Snap. Okay. What about? Okay. Let's do any percent. Bam. Just like have like just a bunch of folders. You can put like 3 things in each folder. You go down like a line of like 10 folders just to find like 2 items, but they're organized as fuck. And that's what's important.
The thing is, I have like 5 different any percent splits, and I just can't find them. But yeah, my hundo sum of best is sub 23 already.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe like a 2310 would be like achievable. You could probably do better than that, but 2310 is sort of like the thing where I think nowadays, with what we know now, we could probably get to 2310 without a lot of trouble.
I imagine that would be so cool.
It's easy for me to say. I'm never going to get that time, but I believe in y'all.
That's cute.
I came back to 100%. I got a 30-second PB. Did I submit that to the board? I don't think I did. Okay, I'll get back to it then.
Okay, never mind. My sum of best is fake.
Oh.
It's a 2320 right now. I think I can lower it down to like 230x. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play hundo again. When is the video gonna be released? Do you know? Do you have any rough idea?
We're looking for the end of September.
Okay, so I have 2 more weeks.
Yeah, so if you do get the world record, I'm probably not going to change the video. I'm done with that. I'm going to put out the video as it is. Just going to release it.